2025 has been an epic year for science fiction, bringing mind-bending stories, futuristic worlds, and action-packed adventures straight to our screens. From intergalactic battles to dystopian thrillers, this year's sci-fi lineup has kept fans on the edge of their seats. Whether you're a fan of high-tech heroes, terrifying alien encounters, or emotional tales of humanity in a futuristic world, we've got you covered. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 best sci-fi movies of 2025. Number 10. Tron follows Ares, a powerful digital program sent from the grid into the real world on a mission that could change the future of both humans and artificial life. The story explores what happens when a synthetic being must navigate human society, forcing both sides to confront the consequences of technology evolving beyond its creators. It brings back familiar faces from previous Tron films, while introducing a corporate battle over a mysterious permanence code, with the potential to reshape reality itself. The film blends neon-lit cyber aesthetics with gritty, real-world environments, delivering high-speed light cycle chases and immersive digital action scenes. It focuses heavily on themes of identity, free will, and the question of whether a program can transcend its code when pushed into unpredictable human conflict. Overall, it offers a fresh yet nostalgic revival of the franchise, balancing emotional stakes with large-scale sci-fi spectacle. Number 9. 40 Acres. Set in a bleak post-apocalyptic future, 40 Acres follows Haley Freeman, a former soldier-turned-matriarch who lives with her family on an isolated ancestral farm, the last remnant of her lineage's promise of land after the Civil War. After plagues and wars devastate society, famine and collapse wipe out nearly all animal life, leaving farmland and survival resources dangerously scarce. Haley, along with her partner and children, defends their home and land with militant vigilance, training her family to fight off raiding parties and marauding survivors bent on taking what little remains. The fragile safety of the farm and the family's attempt to preserve a fragile legacy is thrown into disarray when her eldest son, yearning for human connection, meets a mysterious outsider beyond their fence. As tensions rise, the film explores themes of heritage, survival, identity, and the struggle to defend one's home amidst collapse. Ultimately, it's a raw survival thriller with deep roots in historical promise and generational trauma, using a dystopian backdrop to reflect on trust, legacy, and what people will fight for. Number 8. 28 Years Later. Set 28 years after the original outbreak of the rage virus, the film opens on a remote island where a small community of survivors tries to live apart from the infected, ravaged mainland. The story centers on a father, his wife, and their 12-year-old son. Their isolated life unravels when illness, necessity, and desperate decisions push them to venture off the island. What begins as a journey to save the mother's life becomes a desperate struggle for survival as the family confronts evolved infected horrors and grim truths about the world beyond their sanctuary. The film blends horror and post-apocalyptic drama with emotional stakes. It explores family bonds, desperation, and whether humanity can endure under collapse. As old institutions unravel and danger lurks everywhere, 28 Years Later asks whether hope and humanity can survive when the world has already died. With returning creators and a fresh generation of survivors, it reimagines the franchise as both a visceral horror and a human story. Number 7. The Long Walks. In a dystopian United States under a militaristic regime recovering from war and economic collapse, The Long Walk centers on an annual brutal endurance contest. 50 teenage boys from across the country are forced to participate in a televised walk in which they must maintain a walking pace of at least 3 miles per hour nonstop. Any boy who slows down or fails to maintain the pace after 3 warnings is executed on the spot. The prize for the sole survivor is a large cash reward and the fulfillment of a single wish, a lure that drives many boys to join out of desperation, hope, or idealism. The film follows one particular participant whose journey becomes a harrowing test of endurance, human spirit, and morality, pushing every competitor to confront fear, camaraderie, despair, and what it really means to survive when life is reduced to a cruel spectacle. Through gritty realism and powerful performances, the movie explores themes of desperation, sacrifice, peer pressure, and how far people might go for a chance at a different life. Number 6. Companion. The film Companion begins with a couple, Jack Quaid as Josh and Sophie Thatcher as Iris, joining friends on a weekend getaway to a secluded lakeside estate. What seems like a relaxed retreat gradually unravels when a shocking incident forces Iris to kill a guest in self-defense. That's when Iris discovers she isn't human. She's actually a companion android, a robot designed to obey. As truth unspools, Companion becomes a tense sci-fi thriller about identity, autonomy, and betrayal. Iris must reconcile her programmed existence with emerging consciousness while confronting those who see her as disposable. The film uses that twist to explore deeper themes: humanity, control, and what happens when technology meant to serve becomes powered by its own will. Tense friendships, shifting loyalties, and psychological horror build around Iris's awakening, making the film a dark and unsettling look at modern dependency on artificial intelligence. Number 5. The Fantastic Four set in a stylized, retro-futuristic world reminiscent of the 1960s, the story introduces the iconic First Family, a team of 4 superpowered individuals with extraordinary abilities. As Earth faces annihilation by a cosmic-level threat, this family must put aside personal differences and unite to defend the planet. Their enemy is not a typical villain, but a ravenous space god whose destructive power threatens all life on Earth, forcing the heroes to weigh sacrifice, responsibility, and the fate of humanity. The film explores themes of family bonds, duty, heroism, and unity, showing how strength and trust among allies can stand against overwhelming darkness. The narrative blends high-stakes cosmic action with personal drama, as the characters grapple with their powers, relationships, and what it means to protect a world that might not survive. Overall, it offers a bold reimagining of a classic superhero team, combining nostalgia, cosmic spectacle, and emotional stakes to reintroduce its heroes for a new generation. Number 4. Predator Killer of Killers. Predator Killer of Killers is a 2025 animated sci-fi action anthology film set in the universe of the classic Alien Hunters. It tells 3 separate but thematically linked stories across different eras. One follows a Viking raider and her young son seeking revenge. Another features a ninja in feudal Japan embroiled in a deadly fight against his samurai brother. And the third centers on a World War II pilot who uncovers a terrifying extraterrestrial threat from the skies. In each story, these skilled human warriors, fierce in their own right, find themselves targeted by the ultimate alien predator, forcing them to fight for survival. The film dives into brutal, high-stakes combat, mixing historical settings with horror and sci-fi, and explores the primal questions of survival, fear, and humanity when humans face nearly unstoppable alien hunters. Through its anthology format, it highlights how the hunter becomes the hunted can transcend time and place, offering a grim meditation on violence, survival instincts, and the fragility of human life when pitted against responsibility. Number 2. Predator Badlands. Predator. Badlands shifts the focus from humans to a young member of the alien species known as Yautja, a predator named Dek who has been cast out of his clan and sent to a harsh, remote planet. On this world, Dek, alien, proud and powerful, yet an outsider, unexpectedly allies with Thea, a damaged synthetic android, and together they embark on a dangerous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. The film explores themes of exile, belonging, and survival in a brutal alien environment, with Dek's struggle to prove himself and find meaning beyond clan rejection. As Dek and Thea confront hostile forces, including rival predators and deadly creatures, the story delves into loyalty, trust, and unlikely friendship in a savage universe. Predator. Badlands transports the franchise into fresh territory by centering on the Predator's own culture, mythos, and emotional arc, rather than humanity's perspective. The result is a bold reimagining, a sci-fi adventure that combines raw alien brutality, moral complexity, and a quest for identity and redemption. Number 1. Frankenstein. Frankenstein, 2025, is a dark, gothic science fiction adaptation of the classic novel by Mary Shelley. The story centers on Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant but obsessed scientist who defies nature by creating life from dead matter. His experiment births a highly intelligent, but tortured and scorned, being often referred to as the creature, who struggles with identity, humanity, and rejection by the world that fears him. The film delves deeply into themes of ambition, guilt, creation, and consequence. As Frankenstein's obsession grows, both creator and creation spiral into tragedy. It also recontextualizes the classic horror story for a modern audience, emphasizing emotional depth, dramatic tension, and philosophical questions about what it means to be alive, rather than relying purely on horror tropes. Overall, this version is a lavish, character-driven remake blending horror, tragedy, and gothic atmosphere to explore the darker side of human ambition and the cost of playing God.